because when we get to the tweets, we're going to start with a video. So I mentioned Ben Shapiro earlier, or like I mentioned we'd get to Ben Shapiro earlier. Are you familiar with the Daily Wire's latest foray into cinema?
Yes,
LadyBallers. So I have the trailer. We're going to watch the trailer before we watch Ben Shapiro. Now, apologies for the...
I know what this is about. Okay,
yes.
yep.
Okay. So apologies for the audio. I don't want to get copyright claimed as we're live because YouTube and Twitch will just shut down the stream immediately if that happens. Like there's no appeals process for that. They just turn it off. So I stripped the music out of it. And there's actually a couple funny moments where it's like, because I use NVIDIA Broadcast. It has like this AI like removing background noise tool that's supposed to be for like live streams, so I can like listen to music really loudly in the room, but you guys won't hear it. And so I like use that to strip music from my stuff. But the side effect is it's trying to enhance what it determines is a human voice. So there's like a couple moments where like subtle sound effects from the background get like enhanced as the human voice. So it's like it's like dead silence, and then someone goes like, "Ah!" So it's actually kind of funny.
It's gonna be like a very poorly audio mixed 80s movie.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but like you'll get the idea of what we're going for with this trailer. So let's watch the trailer first. It's like 2 minutes long. I might pause it a couple times just, again, to try and avoid copyright stuff.
In a world where women's sports is being transformed.
Get it? Transformed?
It's being transformed.
Transformed.
The Daily Wire calls foul with the...
They call foul about everything.
Most triggering comedy of the year.
Okay.
God, you know, it wasn't supposed to be a comedy. It was supposed to be
Stop spoiling it. Stop spoiling it. We'll get there. We'll get there. Stop. Shush. Don't. No, this isn't. We're not reacting to the trailer. I'm just pausing it occasionally for copyright reasons.
Yeah, okay.
But like they say it's the most triggering comedy of the year. I've seen several reviews of it. Everybody's like, this isn't triggering. This is just dumb. It's not even funny. Like, you can make trans jokes and be funny. And like, yeah, they might be offensive, but you can be offensive and be funny. This ain't it. This is just not funny. Right there. Like it enhanced that. That was not that audible in the original thing.
I like how the gym they're in is like
Guys, this is serious.
microscopic.
Sports can be your pathway to a better life.
Well, like yours?
Please don't steal my catalytic converter again. Winning.
Yeah, so in case you missed that, a running gag in this movie is that the one black character, who is not one of the black athletes that shows up later, is someone who keeps stealing stuff from this guy. So the one black character is a thief. Because like they couldn't make a comedy without adding the racism.
Matters. It's the key ingredient in becoming a winner.
I mean, we should try it sometime. Are you gonna move?
I am not.
Let's cut to the chase. I know you're not a woman.
You don't know how he identifies.
If you can beat them.
What do you know about the U.S. Opens for the global games?
God.
You want us to compete as women. $5,000 prizes.
My lover says you were a great coach back in the day.
That was Matt Walsh in a wig, in case you missed it. Because they got to get all the cameos in.
This is the way the world is now. My 8-year-old daughter told me all about it. So a guy can become a girl with no physical changes at all.
It's called gender fluid.
So I can be a woman on the court and a man in the bedroom. I can't believe it. Nice.
You mean when you're sleeping?
Yes, coach.
That's probably the funniest moment in the whole movie.
Yeah, I didn't get a chuckle out of it, but I can see the
I didn't
humor
say
in
it was funny. I said it was the funniest movie of the funniest moment of the movie.
Everything's relative. I'm close enough to Alabama to make that joke.
We could play basketball.
We have to get the whole team back together.
It's time
We're in. I'm in. I'm in.
to play
LadyBallers. Round up.
like a girl.
That's right. I'm with her. I'm in my room. This is my room.
Heroes.
Day one of being a girl athlete.
So that was a Dylan Mulvaney reference, in case you missed it.
She did the
I love
TikTok
you, girl.
blog on it.
We could dominate every woman's sport.
Yet, do you really think these tiny, pasty, white, itty-bitty men who are terrible at everything could dominate every woman's sport?
They're gonna get... Can you imagine Ronda Rousey just giving one of them a
Oh,
punch?
she'd kick their fucking ass. Absolutely.
Running, swimming, soccer. I said sport, Felix.
Oh, get it? Because soccer's not a sport. That's funny. That was a joke.
It's ladies basketball, boys. Nobody watches.
Oh, that's a joke that's never been made before. That's fresh. That's funny. Nobody watches ladies basketball. Ha 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 ha.
It would have been funnier if the when they were calling out all the names, if it was just a Rocky Horror Picture Show reference.
Excuse me.
Oh, look, it's Raphael.
Hi, buddy.
It's our good buddy Raph.
These seats open. Never mind.
So I don't even get that joke. Like, are we supposed to know who that woman was that it cut to?
Is it? Hold on. Play that clip again.
Oh, you asked me to go back. Her. Do you know who that is?
No, my brain tried to go, it's Blair White, but it's not.
Excuse me. Are these seats open? Never mind.
Like, what is the joke there? Is that even a joke? Like, are we? Would that be funny if we knew who that woman was?
I think so. I think the joke is supposed to be, it's a liberal woman pissed off about what's going on, and Ted Cruz is there and he's conservative. That's as close as I got for humor for you. I'm sorry.
If we can't even figure out the joke, is it funny?
The joke's funnier when you explain the joke.
Okay, that has the potential to be moderately funny depending on what context it's in the overall movie. In the context of the trailer, it's not funny.
Tucking drums.
All right, so I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen a couple people review the movie so far. This team of black athletes is a team of actual athletes who have now decided to do the same thing. So they've all said that they're women and have joined sports now, and are like the mediocre men that could beat all the women are now being beat by the actual sports people who are black, because blacks can do the sports. They also steal things. But we're not the racist ones.
But I had a black friend who said the joke was funny.
Oh, but here we go. He pantsed him, and everybody's like,
biggest I've ever seen on a lady.
That's the biggest dick I've ever seen on a lady. Black men have big dicks, and these black men are pretending to be women. That's funny. Ha ha. See, this is the thing where it's like, I'm not even offended at the transphobia bullshit here. I'm offended at the bad comedy. At least be fucking funny.
I don't care.
Lady Ball.
Hey, Ben Shapiro's in it.
One can even be trans age now.
Trans age, because that's totally a thing.
Yeah.
Provide Sheelix with a wonderful opportunity to relive all the experiences that she missed out on in school.
So now she's trans age, so she's playing t-ball against a bunch of kids. So I think the reason the right has such a hard time with being funny is that in order to actually be funny with observational humor, you have to be observing things that are actually true in reality.
Whereas this is just a giant straw man of what happens in actual sports.
Anybody who actually knows anything about this is just like, no, that's just dumb. I get that you're trying to be offensive, but this doesn't even rise to the level of offensive. You would have to actually be funny first in order for it to be offensive.
Streaming exclusively on Daily Wire Plus December 1st.
I think that's basically it.
This is like the thing that Owen Benjamin tried to post on Twitter the other day. His favorite joke of all time is, why would you want to abort all the black babies? I could just buy them.
Who is Owen Benjamin? I feel I know the name, but...
So he used to be a stand-up comedian and actor, but I don't know what he's acted in. And then he did the conservative tour, basically, of going on Joe Rogan, going on Alex Jones, going on Steven Crowder.
So the same thing that swimmer lady, Riley Gaines, I think her name is.
Yes,
she tied in 5th place with a trans woman, and has now made millions of dollars based on the fact that the funniest part about that is, like, if the trans woman wasn't even in the race, it would have had the exact same outcome for her, because she tied for 5th place. So if the trans woman wasn't there, she still would have just gotten 5th place.
But she's got to fight for that 5th place. It's
And
very
she's
important
made
for her.
millions of dollars off of that. And people are just like, whoa, it's so unfair that you lost to a trans woman. It's like, no, she didn't lose. She tied.
No, you lost to you lost to 4 other cis women.
Yeah. Anyway.
Maybe get good at sports.
So the trailer was the setup so you guys would all have context for this.
You approached me and you said we should make a fictional film about this topic. Now, to be fair, I think I'd actually suggested to the Crane Boys that they do this as a doc.
Yes.
I originally went to them and I said, you guys should like go try out for a bunch of ladies' leagues. And that became not possible because, as it turns out, most ladies' leagues don't allow in actual men.
Oh, so as it turns out, the thing we've been scaremongering about for fucking years doesn't ever fucking happen.
What a weird world we live in, where the thing that we're telling you we're worried about, that we ask for your donation dollars so that we can be the bulwarks against.
We tried to do it for real to make the point that this is something that's going to happen, and we failed to do it. So we had to make a fake movie and call it a comedy, even though it's not funny.
Yep.
In case you're if you're not familiar, the guy that Ben is talking to is one of the co-founders of the Daily Wire, and he was also the guy that played the coach in LadyBallers. Oh, what?
You approached me and you said we should make this as a doc.
Yes.
I originally went to them and I said, you guys should like go try out for a bunch of ladies' leagues. And that became not possible because, as it turns out, most ladies' leagues don't allow in actual men.
Okay, I know I just paused it here, but like, that's such a stunning admission. Where it's like, the whole fucking thing we've been scaremongering about is a nothing burger. And
we've been full of shit the whole time.
We couldn't even fucking do it. And he even says, like, actual men can't do it. Like, that says that in his mind, there is a divide between actual men and trans women. It's not that trans women are actually men pretending to be women. It's that there is a difference there. There's a fundamental difference there.
So have you seen the behind the scenes Ben Shapiro stuff where he's finished recording and his demeanor changes almost like night and day, and he starts talking about like, maybe this thing needs to be taken out because it might be offensive to this person here. Mark Dice, who's like the conservative piece of shit, mad that other conservatives aren't as shitty as he is, did a bunch of videos about Ben Shapiro because this behind the scenes stuff came out, and he's like, oh, this is proof that Shapiro doesn't really believe the things he says. It's like, doesn't matter if he believes them or not. He's saying them, but it is interesting.
Okay, but does he believe that a wet vagina is a sign of disease? Because his wife told him that making me wet would mean I would be diseased. That's why I'm dry all the time.
Wet has P word.
I'm not making that up. You can go look it up. Ben Shapiro thinks that a wet vagina is a sign of disease, which, like, in certain circumstances it can be, but, like, not in the context that was referenced by the song that he was talking about then.
There's at least 34 circumstances in which it's not that. And if you want evidence of that, please go look up Ben Shapiro Rule 34.
And I mean, talking about, like, dry vaginas and sandpaper and stuff, like, don't go back to last week's stream and look at our discussion about cat tongues.
I keep seeing comments pop up in my YouTube studio where people are like, no, we want the cat tongues. We want that.
Really? Because I keep getting the ones that are agreeing with you. And like, no, you really don't want the cat tongues.
I feel like on our individual channels, I get the people who are like Rhino good, and you get the people who are like Suris good. I think we've just slowly developed audiences that have antagonistic relationships with us.
My audience hates me and loves you. Your audience hates you and loves me. And it's great. Perfect. It works that way.
Men, and they weren't willing to go the full distance in terms of what it would require in order to, the actual hormone treatments and everything to play.
Yeah, the hormone treatments, like
the things that you need to do.
You know how like you go to do sports stuff, and if they find that you're on steroid, like performance enhancing drugs, you end up like being disqualified. being on hormone therapy, especially like transitioning from man to woman, you are literally on performance inhibiting drugs. They make your performance worse. Trans women do worse than they would have done in the sport than they would before they started taking the hormones.
So fun fact. So we did a rescue operation on my house a while ago for a person who.
Okay, you always do rescue operations. You got to be more specific than that.
Okay, so the fucking the one with Arachne specifically,
Okay.
and
Suris has a fucking heart of gold, guys. You should like sign up for his Patreon. He's an amazing person. Okay,
I don't need.
Continue on with your story.
I don't need that, Rhino.
Yes, you do. Come on, man. Come on,
No,
man. You got mold in your house that needs to be fixed. Go subscribe to CERN's Patreon.
What I was trying to say...
You raised thousands of dollars for me when my wife died. The least I can do is tell people to subscribe to your Patreon.
Jesus fucking... Anyway, the reason I was trying to say this, not for that, but... So when Arachne was over here, I did a bunch of research to figure out, like, hey, how do you make sure that you get your hormones and all this fun stuff without having to have a primary care physician? And luckily, I happened to be in some group chats that had all that information on hand that I was able to use. And so Arachne was able to start hormone therapy here before she went to New Zealand to be with her partner. And while she was here, she was like, hey, I want to help out around the house. Because, you know, I'm staying here for months at a time, free of charge. What can I do? And I was like, hey, you could help by taking care of the dishes, taking care of the trash. Within 2 months, within 2 months of being on T blockers and being on estrogen, just the ability to lift the trash, just the trash, started to diminish greatly. Turns out, if you're not exercising routinely when you are on hormone therapy, all of your strength just gets deleted. Weird. And now I have evidence of this happening because it happened in my home. So I'm not just I could literally go, no, I'm not just referring to a study over here and saying, aha, the science says this. I've watched it happen in real time.
All right, so that's enough Shapiro for now. It's 10 o'clock. We're normally supposed to be done by now, and we haven't even started the tweets yet. So...
And before the tweets get saved for next week, and it's just all tweets.
Hey, I just quickly want to give a thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who keep this show running. YouTube and Twitch are a pretty bumpy ride at the best of times, and the stability a Patreon provides me is worth more than I can say here. I'd also like to thank each and every one of my $20 and up patrons here, and they would be Red Joker, Britzkrieg, Cameron, Dren, Jemshin, Smiling DM, Poundini, Mabbity Babbity, Naomi, Isaac, Agamotto, Jordan, Ravi, Giuni, Kiratorian, Prisma, all of you, I'm not saying that part, and Starlight. And finally, thank you to everyone else that helps keep this channel alive. While you're here, why not check out another video? And thank you for watching.